In this video, I'll help you find the best parental control app to protect your kids from adult content, bullying, online predators, violence, anything that could go wrong on the internet. It'll help you manage screen time and internet usage, set time limits on specific apps, and implement schedules to control which apps they can use throughout the course of a day. So stick around. Hey guys, I'm Zach. Sure, you may know me as someone who uses, tests, and reviews software and apps, but I'm also a dad. If you're a parent too, then I'm sure you also worry about your children maintaining healthy relationships with their devices and apps. And you probably know that we really have no idea who they're talking to or what is being said. So let's find the best parental control app for you right now, whether you have Android or iOS. And I'll share something that I do to keep my kids safer online that you can implement with your children today. A good parental control app should let you monitor and manage your kids' device activities while still respecting their privacy and maintaining their trust. It's a tough balance to strike, but I'm sure you know it's important. And of course, the app needs to be designed well enough that our little whiz kids won't just find ways around it. That's why my favorite parental control app is Aura. It's what we use in our home. It's full-featured, easy to use, and one of the most difficult, if not the most difficult, for kids to outsmart. It's one of the 7 most popular parental control apps, and it works great for my needs, which may very well be different from yours. If you like Aura and you think it's a good fit for your household, then use the link in the video description to get a discount on your family's plan. Now, let's look at the top 7 parental control apps, starting at the bottom. First up, mSpy. Despite claims that jailbreaking or rooting isn't necessary, you'll need it to access all the features. They offer help with this, but it's an extra cost. An iPhone jailbreak or Android phone rooting is required to unlock social media monitoring features for Snapchat, Instagram, and similar apps. With Android phones, you can monitor outgoing messages in all social media apps without rooting. A key point, once you choose your setup with mSpy, you can't change it. They'll ask you for your device type and then specific and somewhat complex installation instructions. mSpy's monitoring capabilities are extensive. It lets parents see message histories, even unsent messages, and it includes a remote screen recorder and stealth mode. Yes, mSpy leans more towards spyware than towards parental control. It's beyond setting limits or blocking content, it's full-blown spying. My concerns extend to the company itself. Their marketing language is a bit off, and the necessity of jailbreaking raises security questions. mSpy's pricing varies quite a bit. It's about $50 per month if paid monthly as I'm recording, dropping to as low as about $12 per month for a full year paid up front. However, you're locked into auto renewal. There's no money-back guarantee, and refunds are only under very specific conditions. Given all this, let's move on to some better options. Google Family Link is designed specifically for Android and Chromebook users. The setup is easy and takes just about 5 minutes, and if you're familiar with Google's interface, you'll feel right at home with this app. You can set daily devices for your child's device usage and schedule downtime, similar to what Aura offers. However, one limitation is that it doesn't let you set specific time-based restrictions for different activities. For example, you can't specify that Hulu is only okay to use from 3 to 7 p.m. Family Link doesn't let you pause the internet remotely either, but it can lock the child out of the device entirely. The app lets you filter content based on ratings like G, PG, and so on, but this only applies to YouTube. It also automatically enables Google Safe Search depending on your child's age. And interestingly, all supervision functions switch off when the child turns 13. As for its pros, Family Link is a free app from Google. It's great for basic device management, allowing parents to set controls on text, camera, and location settings. It gives a summary of total device usage, but don't expect a full breakdown. Plus, it offers live chat support and self-help articles if you need them. But why are we considering moving on from Google's Family Link? Well, it lacks in-depth parental control features. There's no monitoring of social media or emails, and it doesn't analyze text messages or photos. While it's an excellent tool for basic device management, if you're looking for more comprehensive parental control options, Family Link might not be enough. Now, let's talk about Ourpact. What's cool about it is that it goes beyond just setting time allowances and schedules. It actually lets parents reward their kids with extra screen time for doing things like finishing their homework or completing chores, which is a neat way to motivate them. Another feature that I find useful is geofencing. You can set specific zones, like your home or their school, and you'll get alerts for peace of mind when your kids come and go from these places. Now, setting up Ourpact can be a bit tricky. It requires 2 separate apps, one for you and one for your kid. Plus, you'll need to involve a computer in the process, which can be a bit of a hassle. Regarding their plans, Ourpact offers 2. There's the Premium, which is about $7 a month as I'm recording, and the Premium Plus for about $10 a month. The main selling point of the Premium Plus plan is the ability to take and view encrypted screenshots of your child's device, both routinely and instantaneously. But I must say, this feature can feel a little bit invasive. While it might be useful in some scenarios, it's not something that everybody would be comfortable with. One downside to Ourpact is their customer support. They stick to email, which means no phone or live chat options. Ourpact covers the basics of parental control, and they offer a 14-day free trial, which is great for getting a feel for the app. But in my opinion, despite its strengths, there are better, more user-friendly options out there, like the apps we're going to discuss next. Norton Family is an app that works on iOS, Android, and Windows PCs, and it's pretty easy to set up, taking just about 10 minutes. It has a user-friendly design, though you might run into a few setup snags here and there. The cool part is its school time feature, where you can schedule up to 4 hours each day for educational site access. If you don't set it up, then it automatically locks the devices between 7 p.m. and 6 a.m. The app really shines with its content filtering, covering over 40 categories. But just a heads up, it only tracks YouTube and Hulu through its Norton browser. It automatically adjusts settings based on age groups, which you can tweak, and it gives you a basic rundown of your child's online activities like site visits and video views. But remember, that's only in their browser, meaning your child can get around it simply by not using the app to navigate their device. Also not so great, Norton Family doesn't keep tabs on texts, social media, or emails. And if you're looking for help, brace yourself. Their customer support isn't the best. It's hard to get a hold of someone, and you mostly end up with generic help articles. Priced at about $50 for the year as I'm recording, and also included in some of LifeLock's plans, it's not a bad deal. But with these limitations, you might want to look around for something that offers a little bit more, especially if you're after a more all-around parental control app. Next up, we have Custodio, which is easier for me to review than pronounce. Custodio gives you a pretty comprehensive view of what your kids are doing online. It's available on iOS, Android, and Chromebook. It's great at filtering browsers, enforcing safe search, and categorizing content, including content on YouTube. You can set time limits with it too. Once those time limits are hit, you have the choice to either lock the device or just cut off the internet. The free version is decent, but if you have multiple devices, you'll want to look into their premium plans. These premium plans add features like game and app blocking, location monitoring, and more. But keep in mind, not all these features are available on iPhones, like call and message monitoring or the panic button. Setting up Custodio takes just about 5 minutes. It could be a little bit smoother, and while the interface is easy to understand, it doesn't give you a guide through the features as you get with some other apps. I think you'll manage just fine, even if you're not all that tech savvy, but a little tutorial would have been helpful, especially for busy parents. Getting in touch with their customer service is a bit more complicated than it needs to be. You have to log in, describe your issue, and then wait for them to reach out to you. The dashboard is detailed, showing you your child's activity timeline, attempts to access blocked sites, screen time, and search histories, including YouTube searches. It's like getting a minute-by-minute report of your child's device usage. But this level of detail can feel a bit intrusive. You don't want to break your child's trust and make them sneak around, because there are ways around it. And if I can find these workarounds as a parent, a determined kid trying to avoid surveillance can probably find it too. Price-wise, Custodio's basic plan is about $55 a year, and the complete plan is about $100 as I'm recording. You'll likely want the complete plan to get all the features. Custodio is a solid choice for younger kids, focusing on screen time, app control, and location tracking. But as your kids grow, you might find better options that fit their evolving needs. Now, let's talk about Bark. Bark does more than just manage screen time. It monitors texts, emails, web browsing, and over 30 social media platforms, including Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. What's interesting is Bark's AI. It scans your child's activities for risks like cyberbullying, online predators, or signs of depression, and then it alerts you through text, email, or push notifications. And setting up Bark is definitely easy. It takes less than 5 minutes, but adding each device and app for monitoring can add a little bit more time. It's flexible with screen time management, allowing you to set different rules for different times, like school hours or bedtime. Bark is also on top of safe searches, blocking sites based on content or age, and it lets you pick which streaming services are allowed. Plus, it has real-time location tracking and check-in requests, giving kids more freedom as they grow. But Bark doesn't give you a full breakdown of how your child uses their devices. And a big catch is that its browser monitoring can easily be bypassed if your kid uses a browser other than Chrome or Safari. Text monitoring has its loopholes too, like turning off Wi-Fi to send texts. For plans, Bark Jr. is around $5 a month or $50 a year as I'm recording, covering the basics like screen time management and website filtering. The premium plan, at about $14 a month or $99 a year as I'm recording, steps it up with monitoring across texts, emails, and social media, alerting you to serious concerns. Their support is mainly through a portal with chat or messaging options, which is fine, but there's no direct phone support, and their hours can be a little bit limited. Overall, I think Bark is a great option, particularly for its monitoring capabilities. But I don't think any of these services beat Aura for its simplicity and comprehensive coverage. In addition to very solid parental control features, Aura packs in safe gaming, dark web monitoring, a VPN, antivirus, and a password manager. It's available on both iOS and Android. Setting up Aura's parental controls can be done in under 5 minutes, and it syncs up with all the apps on each phone automatically, at least the ones it's integrated with. The interface is quite intuitive and ready to go without any complicated setup. Aura lets you set daily internet usage limits, though I have to say its scheduling options aren't the most extensive. Parents can block or restrict specific websites, apps, and games. And its video filtering works on almost every app out there, like YouTube, Peacock, HBO, you name it. Aura strikes a nice balance with its analytics. You can track the internet usage by app and see the total time online, and you can also check out which sites have been blocked. But where Aura really stands out is in its cyberbullying alerts and content filtering. It even offers 24/7 monitoring for voice and text in over 200 of the most popular PC games. And from what I've seen, it's probably the toughest app for kids to bypass of all the apps we've covered. Their customer support is top-notch. Real humans, available by phone, all day, every day. They're easily the most helpful team of all the apps we've looked at, and as a tired dad, that's something I can appreciate. The value Aura offers is incredible. You're not just getting an outstanding set of parental controls, you're also equipping your family with online safety tools. Plus, you have the option to include identity theft protection, credit and financial account monitoring, and more for your entire family. Protecting your children online doesn't stop with a parental control app. If you have a bank account and you use the internet, which I'm guessing you do, then you can be a target for scams, fraud, and identity theft. And unfortunately, if you're vulnerable, that leaves your kids vulnerable too. This is why I have Aura's family plan for my household. You can grab a discount on Aura using the link in the video description below. And here's a tip that you can try out with your kid today to keep them safer online. Think of how we teach kids not to take candy from strangers, or how they should react if approached by a stranger in a park. Now, apply those lessons to the digital world. Start with familiar real-life scenarios and then shift them to online situations. For instance, discuss how they should handle a stranger sending them a friend request or a message online. Through role-playing, make these scenarios interactive. Set up situations like messages from a stranger and walk through the safe responses with them. This helps link the importance of street safety with online safety in a way that they can easily grasp. This method is all about making online safety a tangible concept, empowering them to make smart decisions in the digital world, just as they would in the real world. Keep the conversation about online safety ongoing and relatable. As parents, we're here to guide and support, helping our kids navigate the digital world safely and confidently. Don't forget about that Aura discount in the description, and I'll leave you with a couple of more videos you might like right here. Until we meet again, stay savvy and stay protected.